So, over the past couple months, I've been doing my due diligence to start looks maxing. I want to do my best to try to become the best version of myself, to look the best way I can, to make the most money that I can, and to overall be a better man. And they say the best way that you know that you've learned something is if you can teach it to others. So, that's going to be my attempt in this video. So, in this video, I want to go over 3 specific ways that you can just look better as a man. Now, the first two is basically general advice, which is obviously important, and I do think that people should take that into account. But the last thing, the last step, it's going to be a more physical, actionable approach that you can really start doing tomorrow. But they're all important, and these are, at least right now, the 3 most important. If there's anything else that I feel like I need to add that I've personally changed, then I will go ahead and remake this video. But for now, this is what I'm going to do, and let's see. So, step number 1, and in my opinion, the most obvious, is your physique. Y'all, the way you look, it's important. Generally, the more muscle you have on your frame, it kind of demands aura, right? And that might sound kind of stupid, but just hear me out. So, when you walk into a room and you see some guy with his chest up, you can see he has some arms, you can see he's kind of veiny, you can see he's just an overall more muscular person, versus someone who is bone skinny, who is wearing a shirt that is way too big on him, who just it literally looks like kind of like a toothpick walking, right? So what I'm trying to say is the more muscle you have, it can only help you. But look at a lot of very, very successful people now. For example, the Tate brothers, you got that Justin Waller person. Look at a lot of really well-known actors like Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Michael B. Jordan, all these people that are known to be the top 10 most handsome men alive. What do they all have in common? They all have muscle. They all take their bodies kind of seriously. And man, just start being like them. If genuinely, I personally cannot think of someone who will not look better if they built muscle. So if you genuinely if you look in the mirror and you see yourself as like a 4 out of 10, I promise you, if you get at least some kind of visible abs on you, you're only going to look better. And I feel like everyone who gets in shape instantly raises them another 2 to 3 points. So if right now I see myself as like a 7 or 8, then without all the muscle that I have, then I genuinely think I'd be a 4, maybe even 3, right? The Honestly, the muscles carry a lot of people, and I feel like they carry me too. Like it's gotten to a point where I personally I get noticed, like people say something about it, right? I'm not saying I'm the biggest person in the world, but it's most definitely it's helped me in some ways, and I think it's got me some attention, and it's got me through some doors too that I haven't even realized yet. So, number 2, the second most important thing, this really isn't anything physical. It's more of, I guess, like a mental thing, how you carry yourself, but it is very, very important, and that is confidence. Y'all, genuinely, if you make people think you're $1 million, people are gonna start believing it, and it's gonna start coming to you. The way you carry yourself, the way you talk with some bass in your voice. Do not let people walk over you. Walk around with your chest up, like you don't give a shit about the world, like you own it, right? Like be humble, do all that shit, but man, be confident. Own yourself and your body. Walk around, stay confident in what you say, and genuinely, you will look better. At least specifically from the dating aspect, from girls, I do genuinely think that girls can tell, genuinely, like when you're confident versus when you're just saying stuff. Now, there is that rare occurrence of guys who aren't very confident, like their looks are just so high that they can kind of get away with being slightly awkward. But I'm talking about the overwhelming majority of men, myself included. So, man, be confident, bro. Do not let people tell you what you can and can't do. Walk around like you own it. Assume everything's gonna go your way, and I promise you things probably will. So, yeah. So, step number 3, and the very last thing, the actionable step that I feel like you can even take today if you wanted to, and start implementing into your life. And I call it the copy technique. I forgot where I heard it, but it stuck with me for the past couple years, and kind of recently I started kind of implementing it. And all that is find, like, go on your Instagram, right? Find and assuming you're a guy, find a guy that you follow, and or it doesn't have to be someone you follow, but just find someone on the explore page. Find a guy that you genuinely think looks good, that you think is a handsome dude, right? And just try to copy them. Now, obviously, you can't just copy anyone. I'm humble enough to admit that someone like Henry Cavill is genuinely, I feel like, a very handsome guy, right? I feel like he's like 8, maybe 9. He's genuinely, a good looking dude. But there is no way I couldn't even remotely try to look like him because I'm at an A and he's at a fucking, at an orange. Like it's not, you know what I'm saying? But with the copy method, right? The point is you find someone like an influencer, and it doesn't necessarily have to be an influencer, but it makes the most sense if it is, because, not only do you think he looks good, not most likely a bunch of other people probably think he looks good. But the point is, find someone that you think looks good, find that guy, and just try to copy him. But the thing is you have to kind of look like him. Like, you can, in some ways, you can kind of copy his look. I do think we're all individual people. We all have our own looks. We all have our own pluses and flaws. And I think if you do your best to try to copy a good looking dude, because of how you are uniquely, you're going to like have your own look naturally. And assuming the guy looks good and you tried your best to copy him and you have your own unique look, you're gonna look good, right? So the point is find a specific person that kind of looks like you. Like for me, example, right? I'm about 5'10", 5'11". I'm black and I have a more muscular build. Now, my goal is I have to find someone that kind of can match that, that kind of has those same stats, but do my best to try to emulate his looks, his style, his status, just right. Now, again, me personally, I've been trying to implement this, and for me, that person changes pretty often, if I'm being honest with you. But right now, I'm stuck on one person that I think looks good, that I've been trying to kind of copy. I've been trying to put his style up. I've been trying to just kind of post more like him, genuinely, because I just want to be better. And if I already see him as up there, I need to just try to get on that level. And I'm just going to go out and say it. That person for me his name is Austin Dunham. He's like a fitness sort of dating coach or whatever. But the point is obviously I don't look anything like him. I think I'm lighter than him. I have a bigger head than him. Our hairs are different. It's right. But the entire point is I'm kind of just trying to just carry myself to his kind of level. And I hope that I'm portraying the same kind of energy that I get off of him towards the outside world. Like, people will get that same energy from me. Because at the end of the day, the better you look, the more money you look, the more successful you are, all that stuff. That's no argument. It's just look better, man, because you're just overall going to be better. It's going to be the end of this video. Those are my 3 important steps to just look better. This is my journey to look maxing, and this is stuff I'm trying to implement currently. And I do hope as I update, as I get better and better, and I'm able to, show y'all how I'm progressing. Like, I'm just getting better, and that's really all it is. But, I'm going to go ahead and see y'all later. Let me know if what I said was helpful, if you're going to take any of these steps and try to implement it, all that shit. But for now, I'm going to see y'all later. Goodbye, y'all. Peace.